Story time! Today's topic is about
Music University. Stories from our old music uni days when we actually still had dreams to become real classical musicians. God damn it. I was just thinking, like, where was my mind at back then? Oh yeah, I had dreams to be a soloist.
I confess, I had dreams to become a soloist.
But anyway, we thought we'd make this video here today. A, because the title just looks cool. What it really was like to go to music university. No, we actually wanted to share with you guys what it's like going to music uni, our experiences, so that maybe those of you out there that might be interested.
So we went to uni together.
Yeah. I came in 1 year after him.
Yeah, you did. I practiced a lot, and then that's all I did. You just kind of have a group of. Actually, no, I didn't really have a group of friends. I just practiced, and at every lecture, I kind of just sat at the back. I tried to be a good kid, but just didn't quite resonate with me. So, because I wanted to practice. Mm-hmm. And I remember orientation week.
Yeah.
That's the very first part of the uni.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's bad memories. My orientation week was lots of violinists and no violist. And of course my teacher made me, well, not that it made me, but it's what it's, you know when people ask you a question, but you know you don't really have a choice?
Yeah.
It's like, why don't you just play the viola for the week? Because we need more violists.
Yeah.
And you were just like, yep. So I had a crash course how to play the viola. I played a Bach suite, Charlie Bach suite number 1, trying to learn the alto clef. And then voila, I played the viola for a Mozart quartet just to orientation week so everyone could get together. That was the most painful week. That was my first week of uni.
You joined music uni on a violin major program performance, and your first week was playing viola.
Yeah, so sad.
Oh man, that's brutal.
I mean, no, they always say it's always good. No, orientation is get to know everyone.
Yeah.
But I got to know the viola.
I remember my orientation week. Little flexing story actually.
Oh, here we go. I like the flex.
Before orientation week actually, so you have to like do an audition to get into music uni, and you have to do a theory test. You know, I got my LMUS when I was 13. So it's like AMEB, it's the equivalent of like ABISM, I think, overseas. I don't know, it's like an institution that just grades your level of violin playing from beginner grade 1 to grade 8. And after grade 8, there's AMUS, and then LMUS is typically the highest one that people do. I mean, there's a few ambiguous ones above that, but no one really does it. I did that when I was 13. Now, obviously, when you do these exams, you have to learn theory. So my mom, being the amazing parent she paid money for me to go to theory tuition every week at Thursday night. Still remember 6:30, I'd be hungry and tired, and I'd be learning 4-part harmony. But anyway, the result of that was, I remember we had like an hour to do this theory exam. This is not my words, this is words from my friend that she later told me, because she was also in that hall. She's remembered like everyone started the exam, it's like an hour exam, and like 15 minutes later, me, like this one cocky Asian kid, just stands up and leaves her hands in this theory test. So I'm just like, I finished it.
Save time, finished it.
Yeah. You come into uni thinking you're the best, and then you quickly get humbled by reality.
Yeah, you just start and you had to learning your schedule, don't know what's going on. You join the classes, you don't even know what the class is about. You meet the lecturers, you sit next to someone, you try to talk to them, and then at lunchtime you just want to get away.
I think a lot of people try to like socialize in first year. Like the typical trend that I see is first year students are always like trying to talk to each other.
Yeah.
But then by third year, everyone's just like, I don't have time to socialize, I need to practice.
By fourth year, you're rarely there. You're either in a library researching or trying to practice and trying to get a job and just make a living. Yeah. That's when your dreams start getting crushed.
In the meantime, you see like videos on YouTube of like 10-year-olds that play better than you. It's just like... But in your mind, you're like, I'm not really sure how this whole prodigy thing translates to getting a job in the real world. So you're just like, maybe it's still fine.
Yeah, maybe it's still okay. No, I didn't see that. No, that's obviously it's edited. You don't really believe it.
I mean, we were both, I guess, the type that we went into music uni with a very clear vision of what we wanted. Whether the vision was realistic, I mean, it doesn't matter because we had a vision. Because I think the point though is like, we had a strong vision, so we went in there knowing what we wanted, which was to get as good as we can on the violin. I think a lot of people go into music uni not really sure what they want out of it, and so they kind of, I mean, and that's not a bad thing because they get to have a more well-rounded experience.
Yes.
But for us, we were like, we're here to get good at the violin, which means
It was very clear that we just wanted to practice.
so
And-
any lecture that we could kind of get out of, I mean, we don't recommend this, but we were just like in the practice room, like practicing. Probably harder to do now. I've heard a lot of unis, they have like signed tags, but we would, back in our days, just be like, hey, sign us off.
Sign us up, we don't want to be there.
Yeah, then we just practice.
Yeah, I wasn't really there to sing, so.
Yeah.
And then we just practiced. Oh, we in our uni, we had this thing called a workshop. So every category of instruments, we perform a lot to your peers, and one of the teachers of the faculty gives you feedback. And I think that was probably arguably one of the best, aside from private lessons, that was probably the best experience.
And no one does it. That is a crazy thing.
Yeah, no one does it. I think they always designate 90 minutes every week, a chance to perform. Understandably, because it's so hard. And you know, we all know how hard it is to play in front of your peers and get nervous. But I think, I know you did as well. I tried to play every week.
Mm-hmm.
Even when the piece was half ready, I just tried to play every week because it was the most obvious course to take for what we wanted to do.
Yes.
Perform.
Yeah, I think that's one of the greatest things about music uni is you get a lot of opportunities to perform in front of people.
Yes, it's the hardest one to take, but it's the best
So
one.
valuable.
So if you guys have that, perform as much as you can.
Mm-hmm.
Because they say half the learning's on stage.
But I get nervous. Well, that's the point.
That's the point.
That's why you go on stage to perform.
Yeah.
So how do you get over performance anxiety? You just do it so
it.
much that
You get used to
you
it.
get used to it.
But in some ways, it's kind of liberating because once you're performing, you start to get into it, and afterwards you're like, yes, Eddy.Chen, it's a level up
Mm-hmm.
or level down, self-esteem. But that's okay. It's still a level up.
Yeah.
So that's the main one.
Yeah. No, I remember like, because it was volunteering, basically like the whole string department, and you get to decide, you put your name down whether you wanted to perform.
Yeah.
And I think there were a lot of people that throughout the whole 4-year degree didn't even perform once.
Actually,
And to me, that's just such a wasted opportunity. But again, it's like maybe they're not there to become performers.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
but to me, I think it's just if you want to push your violin skills as much as possible and performing something you're interested in,
That's the way.
definitely recommend you guys to do that. The practice rooms, man, they were so dirty.
If your university has clean practice rooms, you're so lucky. Oh my god. Oh, so dirty. It was just scribbles on a wall, horn spit. No, it's gum stuck everywhere. It smells.
Yeah. Oh,
It
someone
smells.
would like eat like chicken curry in the practice room before, or like someone would practice with their bare foot.
Oh, that's
in
disgusting.
a sweaty day, and it smells like feet. I'm
Oh.
like, and half the air conditioning in the rooms don't work, and it's carpeted rooms.
Yeah. And it's like BO.
Oh.
It's disgusting.
I'm like remembering
Oh, no.
the smell.
I remember, and sometimes it feels like it's sticky, you know, it just sticks on you when you walk in the room, and like, oh
Yeah.
my god. But we just push through because you gotta practice. You gotta practice.
You know,
things you
I
do.
used to think it was like just our uni, but from what I've heard, a lot of
Yeah.
music unis around the world are like
I
that.
heard about even the best,
Even some very
most well-
prestigious ones.
I think,
We won't name.
but if you're studying there, I think you know what we're talking about.
Carry on. Joe, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I ended up doing half the time too? Because there was never enough practice rooms. I would just practice outside. On
Yeah,
the seats.
yeah, on the seats outside,
Yeah.
yeah. We just practice outside.
Everyone used to look at me like, this.
What are you
Who is
doing?
this guy playing outside? I'm like, I don't care. I got an audition coming out. I need
It's
to
stressing
practice.
me out. I need to practice.
Yeah. Did you ever have orchestral literature class with the great Morgs?
Hey, Brett, when was Mozart born? You need to know. Fail.
Every week he would just the lecturer would just pick a different piece of orchestral music, and the idea is like to introduce you to orchestral music. It's
Right.
like, yo, I can go on YouTube. Half these pieces I already know.
I know.
And so, I mean,
Like-
I ended up just like chatting to my friends. You know, I was just like, da 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 ha ha ha. Like being on my phone. Just being a bit of a rebel, I guess. The lecturer got really mad. And he was just like, I've had enough of you talking. Get out of the lecture.
You're like, okay.
Get out now. And I was just like, okay, I went to practice. I actually just went
That's
straight
the
to
best
practice.
way. Piss your lecturer off. If it's boring, you just leave.
Oh man, all my friends were like, I'm so jealous you got that extra hour to practice where they were just sitting there. I mean, I don't recommend that type of behavior.
I know.
Please be
Respectful to you.
an obedient, respectful student. I'm just gonna be practicing.
You know what I hated in university?
But
Referencing.
oh, hey, you put your full stop before the bracket instead of afterwards, so that's just your whole academic degree.
To
gone.
this day, I just don't.
Chen et al. 2009.
I know, I can't believe that affects your grades. Just referencing seems to me the most irrelevant. I mean, look, you can reference things, yes, but why do you have to grade on page dot? It has to be not PAG, but it has to be P dot 54 instead of page dot. Like, there's no inherent information from there. But correct us if we're wrong. There might be some actual value. Please comment below.
I mean, there probably is
Yeah.
in terms of like
if like,
organizing databases and
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
You know? But like, we're here for violent performance major, you know?
to be honest, yeah. And then whatever research, we're just trying to make our point.
Yeah.
That's it.
Some of the research I did was alright though. But that was like one lecture that was awesome.
None of mine was alright.
Did you not have Emerson?
Oh, I did.
Emerson was.
Oh, no, Emerson
pretty
was
good.
great, yeah.
It was great.
But I mean, the papers I wrote, just,
Oh, right, the papers.
whatever. Anyway,
First year, I was very naive and innocent. I wanted to help people. And so this guy, that's how he talked. He's like a cellist. And he's like, hey man, I know this referencing assignment's due tomorrow. So can you like send me your thing? I need something to like, just an idea. I need some help. Send me your assignment. So I was like, okay, I thought he was just gonna model it just to see how it's done. So I sent him the file. Freaking 1 week later, I get called to the freaking academic like disciplinary office or whatever, and they're like, this is plagiarism. I'm like, what do you mean? And it's like, and then apparently this guy that I gave my assignment to for like reference, he literally submitted my entire assignment as this with my name on it. I'm like, holy moly. And the worst part, you know what they said? Because I'm like, look, I was just trying to help him because he wanted help. I didn't know he was going to submit my assignment. And she says something like, you're not meant to even share the files of your assignment. That's going against the protocols, and you took part in the act of plagiarism. Next time you do that, you get expelled. I'm like,
that's called punishment for trying to help people. Good message.
it's like I should be the victim here, and I had to redo the assignment along with that dude. And then I still remember to this day, he was like, I'm so sorry, bro. I'll buy you dinner as an apology. He still owe me a dinner. 6 years, he still haven't bought me that dinner.
Oh, that's funny. I don't know. Side tangent. In high school, I had a friend.
Yeah,
He got a C- for an assignment, and he was.
I know this story.
It's the funniest. You got a C-. Yeah, guys, C- is a bare pass. Anything lower, you fail. And where we study. Mm-hmm. And he got a C- for an assignment. He was like, "Bro, this is bull. I'm gonna get it moderated." So he takes it to another lecturer because you can challenge it and say, "This is unfair. I want to moderate it." And once it's moderated, you can't go back. That's it. He got moderated to a D+. So he failed.
What did he do afterwards? Was he like just sad?
Sad.
Oh.
Anyway. But uni life is fun. I think you meet a lot of friends there. You meet all your friends, initial friends there. You have your groups. You go on a journey together. Sometimes it's great. Some subjects are questionable, but most of it's, if it's a good lecturer, definitely formative and useful. And
Some of our friends we still are closer today from uni.
yeah, I hope all from uni. And yeah, I mean, if it's okay if you don't know what you want to do, go to uni, enjoy it. And if you know what you want to do, stick to it. And
You start projects on uni. Case in hand 2 set. We started that
we did. We started uni.
in the last year of uni.
It wasn't like part of a uni course. We just started on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope this
I
was
think
very
that's
insightful for you guys. Meet a lot of people, be friends with them you don't know, who will impact
Your life.
your life or career. A lot of people meet the love of their lives in uni.
That's true.
Not that we recommend you be doing that, you should be practicing. Oh my god, I ship Brett and Eddy so much. Next fan fiction, don't send your assignments to people because they might submit it with your name on it.
And you'll get in trouble.
What else? Skip lectures to practice. We're like
Just-
giving the most.
Now, don't listen to us. It's just a story. It's story time.
Yeah,
Not
story
advice
time.
time. It's story time. Practice. Buy a merch.